Welcome, good morning. I'm Reverend Jake Morrill, he and him, sabbatical senior minister until the end of January here at the UU Congregation of Atlanta.
And I, yes, give it up for Reverend Jake. And I am Reverend Ian Hill. I identify as trans and non-binary. My current pronouns are they and he. And I serve as the associate minister here at UUCA, where we are transforming lives through this action and yes.
Today we're reflecting on what it means to give thanks when we're not there yet. When the world feels uncertain, when things look so bad everywhere, when we feel exiled from the life we had hoped for and from the world we dream of.
Today, no matter your citizenship or documentation, housed or unhoused, the song we just sang names a longing many of us carry, that there must be a higher love, deeper than the news, wider than our divisions, and stronger than our fear.
To our queer, trans, straight, or cis beloveds, to our black, brown, indigenous beloveds, to folks of every heritage, whether you arrived today feeling exiled from certainty, from joy, or from home, or whether you come on in here overflowing with gratitude. All that you are and every chapter in your story is welcome here.
If you are new and maybe feeling intrigued, we love the chance to get to know you better and answer any questions that you might have right after the service. You can find our welcome table in the social hall. And I would love to learn more about you here at UUCA, as well as you get to know some of the folks here. We look forward to meeting you.
And maybe we'll even see you at the Moravian Love Feast.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. The Moravian musical experience is almost here. Reverend Jake, do you got your tickets? So if not, you can get yours soon. The tickets are selling quickly. You can get them uuca.org/Moravian.
Okay, and speaking of exciting things happening here in this community, I'm grateful to share on behalf of this year's stewardship team that we are remarkably close to meeting our goal for next year. We're at 95% with just 45,000 to go. And if you have been waiting to make your pledge for the last few months, biding your time, checking your watch, sizing things up, today is the moment. The Finance Committee's gonna meet tomorrow night. The board on Tuesday night's gonna approve a balanced budget. It's gonna get mailed out on Wednesday. This train is leaving the station. So if you've been waiting, today is the day. Your commitment helps us plan faithfully and boldly as we continue to build the vibrant, justice-rooted, forward-looking community that so many people, both within and beyond these walls, depend on. And now I'd like to welcome Denver McGuffey, 7th grader, to light the chalice.
Denver is such a pro.
All right, and let's say these chalice lighting words together. May the light of this flame illuminate our tradition of seeking, invite all who yearn for acceptance, and ignite our passion for justice and peace.
Why do we set the table?
We have a table here because we believe in community, in what we have to give to and receive from one another.
We are fed in relationship, and the table is our symbol.
Why do we have a cloth on the table? This cloth is significant because it was given to Noah and me by Noah's Uncle Joel and Joel's wife, Carolyn. Uncle Joel is in hospice, and Noah was called away suddenly to be with him. The cloth reminds us that each life is interwoven with every other life. It is our symbol of the love which binds us and covers us.
Why do we put the candle on the table?
We place the chalice on the table because we believe in the light of faith, hope, and love. Our flaming chalice guides our search for truth.
Why do we have flowers on the table?
We have flowers on the table so that we remember to see the beauty and mystery of creation that continually surrounds us. Flowers are our symbol of the grace that springs up in our lives.
And so our table is set. We invite you to please rise in body or spirit and join us in this morning's movement prayer. First, we bow to honor the Spirit of life. We lift our arms and embrace the gifts of Spirit. We bring these gifts unto ourselves with gratitude and breathe and smile. We share these gifts with the world. We remember to be present, honor, embrace, gratitude, share, be present. Amen. Blessed be. So at this time, the service has been designed for all ages. So in fact, we have a wonderful story in bread communion just ahead. But if you'd like to take any nursery or preschool age children to childcare, you are invited to do so at this time. The location for these is just down the hall on the first floor. And as our children assess, please take this opportunity to greet your neighbor, especially someone you haven't met.
Anybody here grateful?
Woo!
Anybody? How about that? How about that? So our story today is adapted from Dawn Star Sarah's Vorchel.
Once upon a time, there was a family. This family was, well, ordinary. Some might say comfortable. Some might say middle class. Some might say doing fine. But the truth, appearances don't tell you everything.
Now, some in the family had full pantries. Some had full calendars, but empty spirits. Some had steady incomes, but shaky hopes. Some had polished smiles, but private aches. So even inside this one family, there were those who had bread to share and those who longed to be fed. Often they were the same people, sometimes on the same day.
Still, they gathered one autumn afternoon for a feast, a celebration, a moment to remember gratitude. They put food on the table and flowers and all signs of abundance. They were about to begin when they heard a voice calling from outside the gate.
Hello? We are hungry and tired, and we see you have a feast. May we come in?
Well, the family just stopped. Forks froze midair.
Who were these people?
Did the family have enough?
Was it safe to welcome strangers?
Would it stretch the table too thin?
But then the remembering began.
We remembered that some of us right here at this table once came seeking welcome, hoping someone would feed us when we didn't know how to feed ourselves.
We remembered that even among us, with our tidy houses and holiday plans, there had been hurt, loneliness, arguments, loss. We had all known what it is to feel hungry, even if no one else could see it.
We remembered when others fed us, friends, neighbors, people who had little but still gave. That's the kind of feeding that stays with you.
And we remembered that every time someone new arrived, born, adopted, moved in, married in, we stretched the table. Somehow, there was always room.
And we remembered that old wisdom. When you have more than you need, build a longer table, not a higher fence. And sometimes you don't even know you have more than you need until someone knocks.
And so the family opened the gate.
And this time, the ones entering were not wealthy benefactors. They were not destitute. They were simply people on a journey, like all of us, carrying what little they had, hoping it might be enough.
They came bringing bread, not because they had excess, but because they knew the holiness of sharing the little that gets you through.
And the family realized something surprising. They were hungry too, hungry for connection, for purpose, for belonging, for the taste of life that comes only from giving and receiving in the same breath.
And so the two groups, the ones who thought they were the hosts and the ones who thought they were the guests, placed their bread together on the table.
They shared, they received it, they fed one another.
And somehow there was enough, more than enough. Enough for everyone at the table, enough to remind them that in this world, every one of us is both giver and receiver, both blessed and longing for blessing, both bearer of the bread and seeker for it.
Friends, Today, we saw two groups in this story, those who had bread to share and those who came hungry to be fed. But in real life, we are all both.
There will be days we arrive carrying baskets full, food, stability, confidence, support. And then also days we arrive carrying emptiness, grief, exhaustion, fear, and longing.
In this community, we are called to be a place where everyone brings what they can and everyone receives what they need.
So as Thanksgiving approaches, I invite you to notice, when are you the one with the bread, and when are you the one in need of it?
And may we remember always that the table is long enough and the bread is enough when we bring our whole selves and share this pilgrimage to justice and joy all together.
Gate A4 by Naomi Shabab Nye, adapted and read by myself, Reverend Ian Hill. I'm wandering around the Albuquerque airport, passing time after learning my flight is delayed by 4 hours. I'm minding my own business when I hear this announcement overhead. If anyone near gate A4 understands Arabic, please come to the gate immediately. And you know, these days you pause. Is something happening? Gate A4, that's my gate. So I went. And there on the floor was an older woman dressed in full embroidered Palestinian dress, just like the ones my grandma used to wear, there crumpled on the floor, wailing. The flight attendant looked at me, her eyes wide. Please, talk to her. We told her her flight was late and she just broke. So I knelt down, put my arm around her, reached way back into the broken, dusty file cabinet of my childhood Arabic, and offered the little I had. Should be Habibi? The minute she heard even one word that she recognized, however poorly used, she stopped crying. Just like that. She thought the flight was canceled. She had to get to El Paso. She had an urgent medical treatment in the morning. And I said, no, we're okay. Just late. Who's picking you up? Let's call him. So we called her son. I spoke to him in English. I told him that I'd stay with his mother until we boarded, and she talked to him. And then we called her other sons, because why not? And then somehow my dad got involved, and the next thing you know, they're comparing friends and discovering 10 people that they both knew. And just for fun, I said, you know what? Let's call some Palestinian poets too. Let her talk to them too. And 2 hours passed just like that. 2 hours of connection. By then, she was laughing, telling stories, patting me on the knee like I was one of hers. And then she reached into her bag and pulled out a sack of Mahmoud cookies, little crumbly mounds stuffed with dates and nuts covered in powdered sugar. And she offered them to every woman at the gate, and every single person took one with no hesitation. It felt like communion, like a sacrament of grace. The woman from Argentina, the mom from California, the sister from Laredo, we were all dusted in the same sugared sweetness, smiling like children. There is no better cookie. And then the airline, because apparently miracles come in clusters, rolled out free apple juice, and 2 little girls ran out serving it, coated in powdered sugar too. And that woman, my new best friend, she's holding my hand now, and I notice a small potted plant peeking out of her bag. Green, soft leaves, medicine. A tradition older than borders, always carry a plant, always stay rooted somewhere. And I looked around gate A4, this random cluster of tired, annoyed, delayed human beings, and I thought, this is the world I want to live in, the shared world. Not a single person, once the crying stopped, seemed afraid of anyone. We weren't strangers anymore. We were a small, tender community built out of cookies and phone calls and the courage to kneel beside someone in need. This can still happen anywhere. Not everything is lost.
Oh, we give thanks for this precious day, for all gathered here and those far away, for this time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day. Oh, we give thanks for the old and young, for a time of wonder, the joy and fun, for all we give as we grow and live. Oh, we give thanks for the old and young.
If it is available to you, let us put hands on hearts, feel the heartbeat, connection to life, and breathe in peace. Say to yourself silently, I will love myself. I will love others. And that love can heal the world. At this time, we hear the joys and sorrows of this congregation. Dr. Walter Dowdle, active UUCA member from the 1960s to 2012, died this week at the age of 95. In addition to his many contributions to UUCA, Walt was a well-known microbiologist, a deputy director of the CDC, and after retirement, worked on malaria control in Africa and polio eradication globally for the Task Force of Global Health. He is known for his integrity and wisdom. Dr. Dowdle will be missed. After a long stretch of loving caregiving, Sally Meyer's brother died late this week. Let us gather around Sally in loving kindness and care. Paul Laurie has been discharged from rehab and is resting comfortably at home. Cards, texts, and emails continue to be appreciated. At this time, you are invited to bring to mind the names and situations of people you are holding in your heart this morning. You are invited to speak their names or circumstances aloud in this holy space now. May all beings find connection. May all people find comfort. May all of us find more and more ways to be more and more loving with one another. Oh, Spirit of life, love eternal, we rest in holy gratitude. We surrender to a mystery beyond ourselves, asking for forgiveness for our mistakes, perhaps times we have been selfish or thoughtless. Breathing in and out, we offer grace. We forgive ourselves and each other, and we begin again in love. And now let us calm our bodies and our minds, breathing again in more peace, exhaling, relaxing more deeply into the space that our intentions make sacred. We enter into the silence.
Oh, we give thanks for this precious day, for all gathered here and far away, for this time we share with love and care. Oh, we give thanks for this precious day. Oh, we give thanks for the old and young, for a time of wonder, the joy and fun, for all we give as we grow and live. Oh, we give thanks for the old and young.
I'm David Yamashita, and my pronouns are he and him. I am honored to speak on behalf of the Toco Hills Community Alliance, an organization that means a great deal to me. Every Thursday afternoon, I volunteer there and see our neighbors who rely on this food to get through the week. These are people just like you and me. They are not taking advantage, they are simply trying to get by. One experience has stayed with me. A woman drove up for food and quietly told us it was her first time ever visiting a food pantry. As she spoke, she began to cry. She felt ashamed that life had brought her to this moment. My fellow volunteer and I reassured her that she was not alone, that needing help is never a failure, and that we were simply there to care for her. Then my friend gave her a warm hug. Her face softened and a smile emerged. In that moment, she realized she was in a place where she had been seen, respected, and supported. This is what love looks like in action. This is what your generosity makes possible. Last week, Toco Hills Community Alliance fed more than 930 families in just 3 days. In the 2 years that I've been volunteering there, this need has grown by more than 40%. When you give to today's Share the Plate, you are offering dignity, compassion, and real nourishment to those in our immediate community who need it most. I invite you to give as generously as you are able so we can continue to meet this growing need with love. The offering will now be given and gratefully received.
There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. And oh, what a beautiful morning. And oh, what a beautiful day. And I've got a beautiful feeling. And everything is going my way. Oh, what a beautiful day. All the cattle are standing like statues. All the cattle are standing like statues. They don't turn their heads as they see me pass by, but a little brown maverick is a wink in her eye. And oh, what a beautiful morning. And oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything is going my way. Oh, what a beautiful day. All the sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy, it don't miss a tree. And an old weeping willow is laughing at me. And oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Ooh, everything is going my way. Oh, what a beautiful day. Oh, what what a beautiful day. And oh, what a beautiful morning.
And now please join me in the dedication of the offering. To the work of this congregation, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action we call community, we dedicate our lives and these our offerings. Thanks. When I was 17 years old, restless, in Knoxville, living off the paper mill exit on I-40, I used to slip out of my house at 2 in the morning. I wasn't sneaking out to party. I wasn't breaking any laws. I was escaping being stuck in my own skin, that feeling of restlessness, trying to outrun what felt like exile. And I'd leave a note on my pillow telling my mother not to worry. She only found out 10 years later. I'd tiptoe to that old red Subaru, the one whose hood flapped like a talking mouth, no matter how I tried to chain it down, and roll back silently into the street, then merge out onto I-40 with Otis Redding crooning from the tape deck and the whole country waiting. This was pre-GPS, so I tried to watch my turns closely on some old country road that I would pick out, trying to get just lost enough, but not so lost that I couldn't find my way home. Now and then, out in those back roads and hollows, the darkness would split with a burst of white light, a church sign, and I would sneer at them. You know how you hate watch reality TV? Like you can't pull away from it, but you got your critique ready? That's what I did with church signs all growing up. Could not help reading every single one. Sin burn prevented by sunscreen. Oh, please. Need a lifeguard, ours walks on water. But one night, there was one sign as I drove through the valleys that stopped me cold. 5 words: in all things, give thanks. Give thanks in all things, I said to myself, in all things. I must have argued with that sign for the next 20 minutes driving down the road. In all things, with how much was so wrong with the world, with how much was still left undone. It sounded like some kind of theologically propped up denial, like that scene in Monty Python where the crucified break out into always look on the bright side of life. That's what I was thinking, you know. And I wanted no part of that faith. I was a Unitarian Universalist. I wanted no spiritual bumper stickers papering over the real suffering that exists in the world. But then, as I drove on through the night, a challenge rose up for me, and it's one that I carry to this day. If I refuse to deny the pain in this world, what on earth do I do when it comes to Thanksgiving? If we are honest about how far this world is from the beloved community, if we name injustice rather than numb ourselves to it, does that mean that we just put gratitude up on the shelf, set it aside, put it off for later someday? What posture can honor suffering without surrendering to it? Because what nagged me as a teenager and chastens me now is this observation. Every one of my justice heroes sang, prayed, and gave thanks in the struggle, not waiting until after it. They practiced gratitude right in the teeth of exile. And maybe you in your own life have felt this tension as well, because here we are a few days from Thanksgiving, and so many of us in this room and perhaps on Zoom bring with us to the day something heavy inside. Some of us might be feeling lonely, even here in a crowd. Some are heading into family gatherings where the tension is going to be thick. Some are exhausted by a news cycle that makes it seem like the world is grinding down. Some anxious about bills or medical scans. Some are worn down by microaggressions that chip at the spirit one grain at a time. Some of us are grieving what has been lost this year, and some of us come grieving what never was. And we know that the national Thanksgiving story has been sanded down and sanitized, even weaponized. We know that exile isn't just some metaphor. Many of us feel exiled from the life we thought we'd be living by now. Many of us are in exile from the world we dream of. And so the question lands again, how do we give thanks truthfully without denying the hurt, without downplaying the suffering, without also then letting suffering have the last word? And I think this is where love finds us today, not in denial on the one hand, but nor in despair, but instead in that sacred tension between the world as it is and the world as it yet might become. And right there, right here, in this tension of exile, I think is precisely where the wisdom of gratitude awaits us. Now, if we're going to understand gratitude without denial, I think it's useful to get clear about suffering itself. I think it's useful to look at the condition underneath our condition. There's this ancient struggle that some of you may remember, this question from Religion 101 called theodicy. And it goes like this: if God is good, and if love wins in the end, if love is all-conquering, then why am I hurting? Why is there suffering? Across history, there have been many answers to this classic theological question, and one answer is what we call suffering is really some secret divine plan. Every tragedy, goes this bad answer, is really some punishment or lesson. But that logic is the logic of somebody desperately trying to rationalize abuse, somebody saying, if I'm hurt, well then I must deserve it. And I want to just take a moment. If that's a message that you received at some point in your life, that was the logic of the world, I want to ask you to let that bad message collect in your hands right now, pool like some viscous liquid, and just let it fall. Because we're saying no to anything that's all about that today. But that's one way that some people have answered it wrong through the years. And then there's a second meaning, which I also find fault with, second answer, that says, you know, as we size it up, there's no meaning at all. It's all randomness. We're just out here biding time on this spinning rock. And that can sound bold and honest, but leave us isolated and unheld. There's a third answer which says life is cruel, life is harsh, and maybe the divine, maybe the ultimate meaning has that characteristic as well, that it's just kind of out to get us. And I think there's something in us, even in moments of anguish, that resists that conclusion. There is, though, a fourth answer to this question, one that I think is deeply aligned with our Unitarian Universalist heritage, and it is the perspective that whatever we might call God or love or the holy is real, but not as some puppeteer pulling every string, nor as a tyrant scripting out every sorrow, not as a void abandoning us to sheer chaos, but instead in this vision, the holy shows up not as coercive power, but as persistent presence, a stubborn pulse of life that rises in and among us, in the neighbor who doesn't leave our side, in the clarity that comes when we thought we had none left, in the strength that appears exactly when we feared we were empty. And this power I'm talking about is not one of omnipotent control, but instead relational resilience. A love that doesn't prevent every fall, but refuses us to be to fall alone. The 13th century mystic Julian of Norwich said it like this. She said, "If there is anyone anywhere on earth, a lover of God, who is kept safe, I know nothing of it. But," she said, "this I was shown. In falling and rising again, we are kept in that same precious love. Not kept safe, but kept held." And if that is the spiritual reality, if we live not under a puppet master nor inside a chaotic void, but instead within a field of renewing love, then a new kind of thanksgiving becomes not only possible, but powerful. A gratitude that is clear-eyed and not close-eyed. A gratitude that tells the truth instead of glossing things over. A gratitude that strengthens us for the world we're determined to build. So here is a view I want to offer today, heading into Thanksgiving. You do not have to be all put together for you to give thanks. You don't have to pretend that you're not in exile. You can bless the road beneath your feet, even while you're wishing for a whole other road. You can whisper thank you, even when the map of your life has gone missing. You can honor the hurt without handing your life over to it. The heart can be homesick and hopeful at the very same time. And it's not merely being grateful for crumbs. I think to give thanks in this way is to wake ourselves up, to sharpen our awareness, to strategically prepare ourselves for the next stretch. It is to call to mind and hearts what we do have in store, notwithstanding what it is we do not. It is to look and to see that the table has been set, so that we are ready and strengthened the next time we're on the road, perhaps in an airport like Naomi Shibab Nye. And we, this gathered people, are learning this wisdom together every week. As we gather and build power, we remember, we resist, we rebuild, we rejoice, even here, even now. Even before any promised land appears on the horizon. So as fellow travelers in exile, we turn now toward the bread, preparing to receive with deep thanks. Manna in the wilderness, the taste of enoughness in a world that's trying to sell us a story of scarcity. The reminder that even in exile, there is provision and there is possibility. So come, let us break the bread that sustains exiles on the way. And I invite the baking ministry to gather around. As they're coming up, I thought that the baking ministry was a once-a-year thing. I thought it was just a Thanksgiving time thing. But it turns out that this is an ongoing thing. Every month, people are showing up to bake together, and you don't just eat all that bread yourselves, but you're bringing it out. And I mean, this is some amazing things that is happening up here. So the table is set, and we're gathered around it. This is how it all begins. Room at the table for everyone. Our table is filled with many gifts with the bread of life, made of different grains and other staple foods. Bread of various kinds has been the foundation of life in many cultures and periods throughout history. You know, the world's oldest bread is from 14,000 years ago, made from wild grains even before farming had started. Most breads are baked, some are steamed or deep fried, many leavened with yeast, and some are flat or raised with soda. And members of this amazing baking ministry, led by Barbara Begner, I said, members of this amazing baking ministry, led by Barbara Begner, baked us. This bread is part of their ethnic heritage or associated with family or ancestors. Our breads this morning include pumpkin bread, Irish soda bread, cinnamon swirl bread, banana bread, gluten-free option zucchini bread. What else am I missing? There was one. Cranberry, orange. Hallelujah. Thank you so much for this offering. This is a family feast, like in our story. In a moment, we're going to pass around these baskets, each filled with an array of these breads I've mentioned, and I invite you to take one piece and hold it until I offer a blessing. Hold on to it, even if you're hungry. Then we're all going to eat it together. If you need the gluten-free bread, raise your hand, and one of the guides will come to you. And let me snatch one as you walk by. Thanks. We're almost there. Oh, it's going to be good. Friends, we take this bread of life into our bodies. May it nourish us for the work of our lives. May our lives be blessed by our ancestors' dreams for us. May the bread hold the memory of our deepest values, all that we long for and cry out for. That all people would know what it is to be safe and welcomed. That all people have enough food and drink and shelter. That all love is respected and defended and supported. That the table will replenish our bellies, our hearts and our souls. That no matter what happens, we remember who we are and whose we are.
Please rise in body or in spirit. As we sing today's closing song, Up Above My Head, just echo me. Up above my head.
Up above my head.
I hear music in the air.
I hear music in the air.
Up above my head.
Up above my head.
I hear music in the air.
I hear music in the air.
Up above my head.
Up above my head.
I hear music in the air.
I hear music in the air.
And I really do believe.
And I really
Up above my head.
I hear music in the air.
I hear music in the air.
Up above my head.
Up above my head.
I hear music in the air.
I hear music in the air.
Up above my head.
Up above my head.
I hear music in the air.
I hear music in the air.
And I really do believe.
And I really do believe.
There is joy somewhere.
There is joy somewhere.
We're not going to deny the suffering in our hearts or the world, but nor will we deny that love is on the move even now, growing stronger and stronger, carrying us forward on the days when we cannot carry ourselves. So let us give thanks with awareness, with power, and with joy, and let us move forward as one.
Up above my head.
Up above my head.
I hear music in the air.
I hear music in the air.
Up above my head.
Up above my head.
I hear music in the air.
I hear music in the air.
Up above my head.
Up above my head.
I hear music in the air.
I hear music in the air.
And I really do believe.
And I really do believe.
There is peace somewhere.
There is peace somewhere.
Up above my head.
Up above my head.
I hear music in the air.
I hear music in the air.
Up above my head.
Up above my head.
I hear music in the air.
I hear music in the air.
Up above my head.
Up above my head.
I hear music in the air.
I hear music in the air.
And I really do believe.
And I really do believe.
There is peace somewhere.
There is peace somewhere.
Thank you. Go in peace.